Hello, welcome to Wise Revise Parent Session number 5. This session is all about helping you help your child plan for their revision. Now, if I could offer you one tip of a practical thing you could do to help your child achieve in their GCSEs and lower their stress, it would be this. Help them make a revision plan and then help them stick to that revision plan. In the previous video, you might have heard about things that you should never say to your child while they're revising. And when we boiled it down, we saw that all these things are related and they are all about how much revision your child should be doing and when they should be doing that revision. And a simple way to solve this is to have a public revision timetable. The other thing about revision and GCSEs and A-levels is that they're incredibly stressful. And stress is simply having too little time or feeling like you have too little time to achieve a goal. I.e., your child is here, their exams are here, and they feel they have too little time to learn everything they need to learn in that time, and thus won't be ready for their exams and therefore feel stressed. The ironic thing about this is many students, when they're in this position and they're stressed about it, they just quit. They throw their tools down and they say, do you know what? This is too big a task. I'm not playing, I'm not doing it. And actually that's the worst possible thing they could do. And that makes practical sense, right? Because if they're here and they need to get here, all they need to do is start making positive steps towards that goal, towards that destination. In the case of their GCSEs or their A-levels, it means making positive steps to learn the information they need to learn for the upcoming exams. A few things to know about revision is I would say that every single week you need to have one day off. Now, as a Christian who believes in the day of rest, having one day off a week for me as a professional is incredibly important and helps keep my mind right. Not just in a spiritual way in terms of your mental health, having one day off a week I think is essential to a healthy work-life balance. And we need to be showing this to our children too. The other thing about revision is every little helps. And I would say as a minimum, your child needs to be doing 20 minutes a day, 6 days a week. 20 minutes a day, 6 days a week. That's not an optimum, that is a minimum amount. And any student can manage this. I'm very blessed to know someone called Mrs. Michelle Miller, and she's one of the most extraordinary ladies I know. And she taught me so much about the brain, about teaching and learning, about cognitive load theory, about working memory and long-term memory, and I'm very much indebted to her. One thing she also blessed me with is a template revision plan that she allowed me to share with my students, and also that I've adapted a little bit that I'm going to show you today, which you can use to help your child plan for their revision. It looks like this. I'm going to talk you through it now. Okay, to just talk you through how the plan works, you can see here Monday through to Sunday, times down the outside, and over here on this side we've got tick when revised and all the subjects a student might be studying at our school. We've got down the bottom here as well some techniques, flashcards, practice papers and mind maps as well. And in this box here at the bottom, what I didn't complete, what I need to revisit, and questions to ask my teacher. What I would suggest you do alongside your child is start by crossing off any evenings or days where they're not going to be able to revise. I'm going to do a generic one for you now. So if I take out Sunday altogether, and let's imagine as well, I'm building up to do 6 days a week, but in the meantime, I'm going to be busy on Wednesday evening. So I'll take Wednesday evening out as well. I'm then gonna start to populate this, starting with which time I might start revising each day. So we've got 5:30, 5:30, 7 o'clock, 5:30, and 2 o'clock. Now, lots of tests have been done about this, and you can see this in my other video if you're interested. But it's argued between 20 and 30 minutes is the optimal time to revise for. So I'm going to stick to 20 minutes. I'm going to suggest that on a Monday, I do from 5:30 to 5:50 on one subject, and then from 5:50 to 6:10 on another subject, and then from 6:10 I'll start my last subject at 6:30. Then on a Tuesday, I might just do 2 sessions. On a Thursday, let's say 7:20 and then 7:40, an hour of revision on a Thursday. On a Friday, maybe just the 2 sessions, and on a Saturday, 2 sessions as well. I'm then going to start to populate the 20-minute sections with different subjects. Once I've done them, I'm going to tick them off over here. So I might start with English language. Okay, so now we've got our subjects put in. We're going to think about what specific parts of those subjects we could revise in that time. And so starting with English language, we might do some non-fiction work. In maths, perhaps, we might look at fractions. In biology, potentially ecology. In our rest, the 10 Commandments. English literature, we might look at fiction. Oh no, sorry, maybe Macbeth. Chemistry, potentially atoms. Physics, space. English language, fiction. Maths, geometry. And biology, cells. And now we've got those, we'll think about what we're actually going to do to revise for them. Think about our flashcards, our practice papers, and our mind maps to help us think about those. So non-fiction would be maybe a practice paper. Maths might use the online maths website. Biology flashcards. And RS, maybe a practice 12-mark question. Okay, so now we have our revision plan for the week, and it's all there. And I'd recommend you take this home and you stick this up on the wall where you can see it, your child can see it, and you can really encourage them to make sure they're sticking to their plan. It's realistic, it's not too onerous, it's something they can literally go 20 minutes on one thing, then the next thing, then the next thing, and they would just to keep changing up and doing different things, making sure they're focusing for that full time, they're using distributed practice, they're making sure they're focusing on what they need to be revising, and also they're spreading that out over time as well, and it's tailored to their needs. Thanks so much for watching this week. Please subscribe, please like if you enjoyed it, and tune in next week for more Wise Revise.